So, good morning, everyone. In last lecture, we have seen what is mean by gradient, what is mean by divergence and curl, right? So, there are different formulae for this gradient, divergence and curl in different coordinate systems. Okay, we have seen all these formulae and also seen some examples on that. Today, we'll start with the new point, that is Coulomb's law. This Coulomb's law is very important, and one compulsory question is there on this Coulomb's law in final examination. They are asking either state and explain Coulomb's law, or they are asking you one example. Okay, but one question is compulsory from this point. Okay, so everyone concentrate for this. Okay, so what actually this Coulomb's law states? Okay, and what is actually this Coulomb's law? First, we'll see. So for this, consider the different charges. Okay, we know that there are number of charges. So we consider here two charges. Okay, we consider here two charges. First is charge Q1 and second is charge Q2. Okay, and all the charges. Okay, when we place these two charges at some distance r, okay, suppose these two charges q1 and q2 are placed at a distance of r, okay, at a distance of r, then what your Coulomb's law states? This Coulomb's law states that whatever be the force, okay, acting on charges, okay, this force is given by this Coulomb's law. Okay, I consider that here two charges are there, and these two charges are separated by distance r. Okay, now this Q1 will act some force on charge Q2, right? And this Q2 also will act some force on Q1, right? So if this Q1 charge is acting some force on this Q2, that force is given by F21. Okay, F21. We will see this direction later, but first we'll see the statement of this Coulomb's law. This Coulomb's law gives the force between these two charges. Okay, and he states that the force between these two charges is proportional to product of magnitudes of these two charges. Okay, it's proportional to product of magnitudes of two charges. Okay, that is Q1 and Q2, and is inversely proportional to square of distance between these two charges. Okay, so distance between these two charges is r. Therefore, it is inversely proportional to r square and directly proportional to the magnitudes of these two charges. That is, one charge is having magnitude Q1 and second charge is having magnitude Q2. Okay, so this F is proportional to Q1, Q2 upon r square. Okay, now this force is equal to, okay, if we remove this proportionality constant, then this F is equal to K into Q1, Q2, K into Q1, Q2 divided by r square, where this r, where this K is equal to, 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon 0. Pi epsilon 0. Okay. So this epsilon 0 is the permittivity of free space. Okay, or we can consider only epsilon here. So according to the dielectric material which we are using, this permittivity will change. Okay, where this epsilon is the permittivity. This epsilon is the permittivity. So this is our formula. And when we are considering the free space, okay, when we are considering free space, means for free space, this k is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon 0. And this epsilon 0 is the permittivity of free space. Okay, so we can write equation for force as this F is equal to Q1 Q2 Q1 Q2 divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 This is your constant, and into r square. Okay, so this is your Coulomb's law. Now we can write this Coulomb's law in vector form also. Okay, we can write this Coulomb's law in vector form also. First note this fastly, then we'll see the Coulomb's law in vector form. Okay, all of you noted? Okay. Concentrate once again. We are considering here the two charges. Distance between these two charges is r. Okay. So Coulomb's law states that the force between these two charges is proportional to the magnitude is proportional to the product of magnitudes of these two charges, and inversely proportional to square of distance between these two charges. Okay, so F is proportional to Q1 Q2 upon r square. So this F is equal to K into Q1 Q2 upon r square, and this K is constant of proportionality, which is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon. But this is for different mediums. Okay, this epsilon r is the relative permittivity, and it will be according to the material we are using. But for free space, it is given by only epsilon 0. So this K is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 for free space. So this F is equal to Q1 Q2 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. Okay. Now, when we are using the vector form, how we can write, we'll see. And this epsilon 0 is given as, anyone knows what is value of epsilon 0?
8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12.
Correct. This epsilon 0 is equal to 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12. And what is unit of epsilon? What is unit of epsilon? It is farad per meter. Okay. Now we have to see this Coulomb's law in vector form. Okay. This is Coulomb's law in vector form. Okay, so for this, you have to again consider these two charges, that is Q1 and Q2. Okay, so consider two charges Q1 and Q2, then distance between the two charges is R. Okay, distance is R. Now, when I consider that the force is acting on charge Q2, okay, force is acting on charge Q2, okay, and that force is due to charge Q1, okay. between these two charges there may be attractive force, there may be repulsive force. Okay, so on this charge q2 some force is acting due to charge q1. Okay, so that force is given by, okay, on which charge force is acting, on which charge force is acting, 2 या 1, yes, on which charge force is acting,
Second one, Q2.
on charge q2. Okay, so that force is given by F2, and due to which charge that force is acting, due
Q1.
to charge 1.
Q1.
Okay, so this force is given by F bar to 1. Okay, and this force is a vector quantity, therefore it is given by F bar. Okay, F bar to 1 is equal to, okay, this F bar to 1 is equal to, again it is magnitude of, okay, it is magnitude of product, it is equal to product of magnitudes of the two charges divided by 4 pi epsilon 0, which is a constant, into r square. Okay, into r square. Now tell me, this r is the distance, right? R is the distance, but from which point to which point we are going? Okay, suppose this charge q1 having coordinates 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and this charge q2 having coordinates 2, 3, 4. Okay, so just tell me from which point to which point you are going, which distance you are measuring from charge q1 to charge q2, right? Means we are going from charge q1 to charge q2, therefore this distance is taken as r12 square. Okay, r12 square, and as this force is a vector quantity, right? It is a vector quantity. When we consider only scalar quantity as only F, there we are not considering unit vector, right? But as this force is a vector quantity, we are considering here vector, means we have to multiply by unit vector there, right? We have to multiply by unit vector, and that unit vector is given by a bar, small a bar 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, because we are going from charge q1 to charge q2, therefore it is given by a bar 1, 2. Okay, remember here force is F2 1 bar, because this force is acting on charge q2, therefore that force is F2 bar. You can represent it as only F2 bar or F2 1 bar. Why I am taking this one? Because when this force is F2 1 bar, then you have to change only, or you have to only reverse this. Okay, means if this is F2 1, then here you can take R12 and A bar 12. Okay, so that if more than 2 charges are given, you will not do mistakes while doing calculations. Okay, that's why I'm giving this. Okay, so I hope all of you understood this. So this F bar 1 is equal to q1 q2 product of these two charges divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 r12 square into A bar 12. Okay, so this is one direction only, means when we are going from charge q1 to charge q2, but when we are coming from charge q2 to charge q1, means in reverse direction. Okay, means in reverse direction, then that force is given by, just you have to tell me now equation, what will be that force?
F bar 1, 2.
Correct. It is F bar 1, 2 because now force is acting on charge Q1 due to charge Q2, right? Therefore, that force is F bar 12, which is equal to
magnitude of Q1 into Q2
Q1 into Q2 divided by,
epsilon 0 R21 square
correct. So it is
into
4 pi
A bar
epsilon 0
1.
R21 square into A bar 21. So every time you have to calculate this. Now, from these two equations, okay, from these two equations, we can write that this F bar 21, okay, F bar 21 is equal to minus F bar 12. Is it right? Is it right? Because we are changing only the direction here. Okay, we are changing only direction here. Okay, means in examination also, if they are asking you, if they are giving two charges, many times this happens when they are giving two charges, okay, that is Q1 and Q2, and they are asking you find F bar 21 and F bar 12. That time no need to find or do the same process again. You have to only change the sign, okay, or multiply by minus sign, then you will get the same vector. Okay, so समजलंय सगळ्यांना? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Because here we are changing only direction, means here only your unit vector direction get changed. Okay, that's why this sign is minus here. Now we'll see example, then you'll understand. And these examples are very simple, so very easy to get marks. Okay, you'll easily get 4 marks in this. Now this question is asked for 4 marks. Okay, so we'll see the example. So note example, everyone write down. Write down. A charge Q1 is equal to minus 20 microcoulomb. A charge Q1 is equal to minus 20 microcoulomb is located at point P of minus 646 and charge Q2 of 50 microcoulomb of this 50 microcoulomb is located at point R of 5 8 minus 2 of 5 8 minus 2. In free space, full stop, find the force exerted on Q2. Find the force exerted on Q2 by Q1 in vector form. Q1 in vector form. The distances are given in meters. Okay, the distances are given in meters. Okay, so just tell me what we have to find. This is our given data. Okay, charge Q1 is given at which point, at point P is located. Then charge Q2 is given, it is located at point R. Okay, so we have to find the force exerted on charge Q2. Okay, Q2 means F2 due to charge Q1. Okay, so it is F21 bar we have to find here. Okay, so here now solution. Now tell me the formula. What is formula to find F21 bar?
If F bar 21 is equal to Q1 of Q2
Huh?
upon 4 pi epsilon 0
4
R.
pi epsilon 0
R12
R
square
12 square
A bar 12.
into A bar 12. Okay, into A bar 12. Okay, now here this Q1 is given, right? Q2 is also given. 4 pi is constant. Epsilon 0, we know it is also constant. Then R12 we have to find. These are the two charges. Okay, our formula will also change here. Okay, this Q1 charge is given here, Q2 is here. Okay, distance between them is R, but this point P is located here and point R is here. Okay, now what will be the suffixes for distance? Okay, this distance is R, R, P, R, right? R, P, R, correct? And your unit vector is in this direction, means that unit vector is also A bar, P, R. Is it right? Because the force is acting on charge Q2, right? Okay, and we are going from P to R. Okay, so this distance is R, P, R, and unit vector is also A bar, P, R. Therefore, we have to first write this formula in this form only. Okay, so F bar 21 is equal to Q1 Q2 or also you can write this also you can write this as a QP and QR. Okay, so this Q1 Q2, or I'll directly write here by taking means by solving only. Okay, then also you can understand. No need to write the formula repeatedly. Okay. So here first we have to find this R12. Okay. Now this R12 is nothing but RPR. Okay. We are going from point P to point R, right? So it is nothing but small R bar R, capital R, right? Minus small R bar, capital P. It is end point minus start point. Is it right? This point P is having coordinates -6, -4, and 6, right? And this R point having coordinates 5, 8, and -2, right? How we are finding distance? End point minus start point. So which is the end point? R is the end point and start point is P. Therefore, this R12, okay, means from charge Q1 to Q2 is nothing but from point P to R. Okay, so this distance is given as RPR, which is nothing but end point minus start point. So it is R bar R minus small r bar P. Okay, so just tell me that equation. Tell me the equation. What is the end point? X coordinate. X coordinate
5.
5. Okay. 5 minus
Minus
5 minus minus 4. Yeah, minus 6.
Minus 6.
minus 6. Minus 6.
Okay. Means it is 5 plus 6, right? 5 plus 6 into unit vector a bar x plus. Yes, this is r bar 1, 2. Right. Then we have to find the magnitude. Okay. So right here bar. So then second coordinate is 8. Okay. Note it. 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4 into unit vector a bar y. Right. Then third coordinate, z coordinate is minus 2. Minus 2 and minus 6 into unit vector a bar z. Okay. So we get this r bar 1, 2, which is equal to r bar pr and it is equal to 11 plus 11 a bar x plus 4 a bar y and minus 8 a bar z. Minus 8 a bar z. Okay. So this is your equation. From this, we have to find the magnitude. Okay. Because in our formula, it is magnitude. Okay. R12 square. Okay. So we have to take the mod now. All of you noted this? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we'll find the magnitude. Okay. Now, mod of r bar 1, 2 is equal to square root of first is plus 11, right? 11 square. Then second coordinate is 4. It is plus 4 square. And third काय? Minus 8. Plus minus 8 square. So find this.
Fourteen point 17.
14.70. Okay. Now we have to find the remaining quantities unit vector, right? A bar 1, 2. Now, any unit vector is equal to that vector divided by its magnitude. Okay. So, which is the vector? Vector is r bar 1, 2 and divided by its magnitude means mod of r bar 1, 2. Okay. So, this r bar 1, 2 is equal to 11 a bar x 11 a bar x plus 4 a bar y and minus 8 a bar z. Minus 8 a bar z divided by mod of r bar 1, 2, that is 14.17. Okay. So find the unit vector. And after that, we have to put all these values in equation of f bar 2, 1. Okay. So find first unit vector. So it is unit vector a bar 1 2.
0.776 a bar 8.
एक मिनट हाँ. 0.776 a bar x
plus 0.282 a bar y.
282 a bar y and minus
0.564 a bar z.
64 a bar z. Okay, so this is your unit vector now, correct? Now you have to find the force. Okay, so formula is F bar 21 is equal to Q1 Q2. Now what is value of charge Q1? Q1 is minus 20 microcoulomb. Okay, I'll directly put the values here. But you have to write first a formula and then put values. Okay, so it is minus 20 microcoulomb. Micro means 10 raised to minus 20 into 10 raised to
-6.
minus 6. Correct. Plus, sorry, into Q2 is 50 microcoulomb plus 50. So it is 50 into 10 raised to minus 6 divided by 4 pi. Epsilon 0 is, what is epsilon 0? Hello? 8.854.
Into 10 raised to minus 12.
Correct. Into 10 raised to minus 12. So 4 pi epsilon 0 into R12 square. So R12 is equal to 14.17. Okay. So it is 14.17 square into the unit vector. Okay. So just write this quantity here into unit vector and first solve this scalar and then just multiply by this unit vector. Okay. So you will get the vector quantity only there. Okay. Right. And what is the unit of force? Force is measured in
Newton.
Newton. So every time when you will find answer, every time write unit, that is Newton. Okay. Don't miss, because if you are not writing the unit, then they are cutting half mark. Okay. So remember this. Every time you have to write the unit. Okay. So everyone solve this example and you have to tell me the answer. Okay, so for today we'll stop here. In next lecture we'll see one more example, means if more than 2 charges are given. Okay, if more than 2 charges are given, then how to solve this? Okay, we have to simply add all the forces, but we'll see one example based on that also. Then you can solve any type of example if they are asking. Okay, so for today we'll stop here. Thank you all and have a nice day. Thank you.